Hey guys, okay, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a video in a while, so I figured I actually just got in the mail the new Huda Beauty foundation, and I also bought the primer. I'm very excited. I've only used this foundation once, and the one thing I noticed right away is the coverage is really good. It's better than any coverage that the foundation that I have currently, and I have like 4 different foundations. I personally really like foundations that have a lot of coverage. In photography and stuff, we always use studio makeup, so it's very heavy and it just looks a lot better in photos. So I always like that personally, but it's very bad for your skin and clogs your pores because it's just so thick. Sometimes it can be hard to work with too, like some of them are very fast drying. I did notice when I tried to apply this on my forehead, it kind of got a little dry. I don't know if it's maybe the foundation brush that I'm using, or maybe I should be using a beauty blender. So I have both, but this is the brush that I normally use to put on my foundation, and it's flat at the top. I normally like it, but with this foundation I notice it's so thick that it kind of like seeps like one spot into the brush, and it's kind of hard. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna play around with it. I got the color Latte in 300 at neutral. I think I have more of like a like cool undertones, but I just got a neutral color because I don't know, it's hard to pick a color when you're going off of like a picture of different foundation colors. But I went a little bit darker than I normally would, just because lately when I pick foundations, I feel like they're way too light, even though I'm very pale, but I feel like they're way too light. So I went a little darker, but I think this is actually a pretty good color for me, for my skin. So first, I already have my eye makeup, most of my eye makeup done. I always do my eyebrows, then my eye makeup, and then I do my primer and foundation and concealer and all that jazz. I used to think that my eyeshadow took me the longest, but now with all the contouring and baking and all that crap, I mean not crap, but all of that stuff, it's like the eye makeup is like, to me, is like the easiest part. So I already did kind of like a bronzy, smoky, this is usually like what I always do with my eye makeup. I always keep it kind of brown and dark like this. So okay, let's get started. So I just have like my Tatcha water cream moisturizer, the moisturizer that I'm using right now. And then I'm gonna put this primer on. We'll do 1 pump of that. It smells good. It's not my favorite scent. I know a lot of people like it. It feels very like, you know, how some primers feel a little like they have that. This doesn't feel sticky at all, and the smell is super nice. It's not my favorite smell, but I could see how some people like it. It's like sweet smelling. I don't really like sweet smelling stuff, but anyway, I'm gonna put a little bit more on my forehead because, like I said last time, I noticed it didn't really, I had a hard time spreading it on my forehead. So we'll see how this goes. It does smell good. I don't want you to think it doesn't smell good. I'm just I'm weird when it comes to smells. I don't like anything really sweet. I can smell like a vanilla. Maybe not, I don't know. It's just different. I've never smelled a primer that had a scent like this, but it's not bad at all. Okay, so I have like a sponge here, and I'm gonna see a damp sponge, and I'm gonna see how this blends the foundation, maybe like on one side of my face, and then I'll do the brush on the other side of my face. So I'm gonna just squirt a little bit onto my hand here. I'll just do 1 pump because this stuff is like no joke, it's heavy. And I think I'm just gonna start by dabbing a couple spots on my face. I don't know how to, like, I'm not really sure how to apply this foundation. Normally this is what I do, is I dab a couple dots on my face, but this stuff is like I said, it's so fast drying, it's hard for me to sun is too bright. I'm sorry, my lighting. I have to work on my lighting, but I'm like new at this, okay? So you just gotta be patient with me. Gosh, I'm not even kidding. I mean, this stuff is like amazing. I don't know if you guys can see. I was super red before, but this stuff is like, oh my gosh. And it's, even though it's really good coverage foundation, it doesn't look like thick at all, like the studio makeup that we used to work with. It's very, like, you could tell you had a lot of makeup on. But this is, like she said, it's like, because it blends so good into your skin, it's like skin. It doesn't, even though it covers really well, it doesn't look cakey at all. At all. I had to repeat that like a bunch of times, like a retard. Like, okay. So I really like the way that it's blending out with a beauty blender. Like a lot. I like it. Yeah, a damp beauty blender is probably like the best way to use. I mean, if you don't have the brush that she has with it. Yeah, this stuff is like really, really good. Okay, now we're gonna go on this side, and I'm gonna dab some foundation. I have a zit right here that is like won't go away. I'm just gonna do a tiny, like not even half a squirt, because again, this stuff is, you don't, I mean, like I can always add more, so I'm gonna start off like, and first I'm gonna blend this out. Okay, now I'm gonna use my brush, because this is normally, I like this a lot better than a sponge, but I think it must be like the type of foundation. Like some foundations are meant for brushes and some of them are meant for like a beauty blender. Let's see. God, I'm so glad I picked this color. I don't think it's too dark for me. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see because of the light. Maybe that's a little bit better for you guys to see. I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, so it's like halfway. I haven't done my hair yet, but I just chopped off, or my sister just chopped off all my hair, and it's a little crazy right now, but I love it. It was super long and unhealthy because I'm going blonde. Okay, honestly, it looks pretty good on both sides. It looks a little shiny on this side because of the light, but it's not, I promise. Well, I mean, it's like a nice glow. Yeah, it actually gives you like a nice glow. Honestly, it doesn't dry like, I mean, not super matte. I mean, it does, but like I said, it doesn't look cakey. But to be honest, I much prefer how it blends with a beauty blender, for sure. I just feel like you have more control with the foundation with the beauty blender because it dries so, I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I just feel like it blends out better with a sponge, in my opinion. I might be going a little overboard, but like I said, I like heavier foundation on me. So, okay, so far, I'll try and get a little closer to the camera because I'm doing this on my phone because my camera isn't cooperating. So I'm doing this video on my phone. But Anyway, okay, so I hope you guys can see. I'm just gonna cover up that. Like, look how it just like gives me like a nice shine, but it's not too. I need to really work on my legs, but it looks so good. I mean, the foundation is really, really nice and looks like my skin. Like, I think I picked, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but I think I picked a really good color, especially from, I mean, I might be even, I always like to go a little lighter on my foundation, honestly. Like, I know some people think that's weird, but I like the way when my face looks a little bit lighter. Plus, I never like to put my face in the sun. And also, I can't ever get my face darker anyway. But I thought it was gonna be dark, honestly. I thought it was gonna be dark, but I think it looks so nice. Let me see if this light being off helps you guys see that. Can you guys see how nice the foundation dried on my skin? I mean, and I'm very oily, I'm sure you guys can tell, but I have very oily skin. I just want to do a little more on my nose. I know the light's probably not good for you, but I need. Sorry, I have like mirrors all around me. To me, like, when I know I have a really good foundation is when it can cover my nose really good. Oh, this is already a 10-minute video. Because I have a hard time with foundations the way they cover my nose, or they don't last long, or they just look funny, they dry weird on my nose. I have that problem a lot. But this, I mean, I don't notice that at all. I don't notice it drying funny. It looks like I said, it looks like my skin. It just looks like my skin, but awesome. Like she said, it looks like a filter. Okay, and it's weird because normally when I put foundation on, maybe because I haven't put any powder on, it doesn't feel sticky, but this is a little sticky, which is weird. I mean, it's not bad, it doesn't bother me, but it's just, I don't know, the foundations I've been using, they don't feel like that, but I mean, it's because it has to be the formula, you know? Because I'm oily, I always put powder on my foundation, like about on top of my foundation, but I did it yesterday with my powder. Like, this is also the brush that I use to put on powder, and I feel like I should have listened to her advice and just put it underneath my eyes and like maybe right here on my smile lines and maybe a little bit on my forehead, because I just felt like as soon as the powder hit my foundation, it kind of, I don't know, it made it look a little funny to me. So I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna take a bigger powder brush, and I use the Airspun powder. I know it's like old school, but I love it. So I'm gonna take a decent amount, and I'm gonna put this under my eye. On my forehead a little bit, and then I'm gonna do the rest, like she says, like on my smile lines, maybe down my nose. I don't know, it's so weird for me because I never not put foundation on my face. I mean, powder all over my foundation. It's weird. It's very weird, especially because it feels sticky. I don't know, I kind of think I'm gonna just fucking do it. I mean, I think I'm just gonna do it because it feels sticky, the foundation, so maybe if I just put like a tiny bit of powder over it, like the excess of what was on my brush, and put it over. It helps a little bit with the stickiness of it. But yeah, it helps definitely with the stickiness when I put powder. I don't know. I mean, that's the only downside, honestly, that I have that to this foundation, and it's not even a big issue, is that I feel like I look like a cokehead because I keep playing with my nose. I swear there's something tickling my nose. But I would recommend putting powder. Oh, I have a hair right there. Okay, I would recommend putting powder over it only because it dry. Like I said, it feels a little sticky. I don't like that because, and especially me, like I don't mean to, but I touch my face sometimes during the day and it's tacky. I don't like that. But everything else, I mean, the coverage, like I said, I'm gonna bring the camera a little closer, but it looks like skin. I haven't done any contouring or anything yet, but nice job, Huda.